I know we were talking before this that you not been doing it quite as long as other people, but you've achieved quite a lot already. So let's talk about that. First question, this was by Joe Garland. Is Joe in the room? Thank you, Joe. How did you first get discovered, like, by the first label that you put out music on?
Hospital. I went to their women's workshop mentorship thing in London, and I kind of showed them my tunes, and then Tilo, the A&R, was like, yo, this is sick, and then got me on board with that. Yeah, that's how I did it.
Were you putting out music kind of like with the intent of like shopping it around to labels, or was it kind of more of a natural?
It was more natural. I didn't really know anything about labels or releasing music at that time. I was just like, oh, someone likes my music, you can have it. Yeah.
Nice. And then, yeah, with Hospital Records, like, how did that connection first get made? So how did you find out about that workshop that then led to the mentorship?
It's through Anton, my best mate, who runs Invicta Audio. He was like, you should apply for this. And I was thinking, like, there's so many people that apply for it, I'm not going to get it. And the email came through and I was like, oh, shit. Sorry, not shit.
Sorry, we can bleep that in post. So can you talk about like your time on that mentorship and then the subsequent signing, like how that all kind of flowed?
Yeah. So I think over the year, I really learned how to make a professional sounding tune. And the A&R sessions really helped that with me, and like how to market yourself and stuff like that. And then I also proved that I could do a good set and like take people on a journey while I'm playing a set. And then I think all of those factors, like me promoting myself, being good on set, and knowing a decent amount of production, like, led to me getting signed by Hospital.
How much experience do you have with like doing sets and performing before you started going on those hospitality shows?
I was doing it for like since I was 18 in Bristol. So I'm 25 now, so it's like 7 years, quite a while.
Yeah, you had a lot of experience behind you. Cool. And like, I mean, I already know the answer to this because we've just spoken about it, but how has your career changed since signing to Hospital?
It's been crazy. It's just been so like fast. Like from getting the tune on EA 2025, that was pretty cool. And like Origin, like all of these things wouldn't have happened if I hadn't have met Hospital.
Nice. Before I move on, we've got a lot of questions to get through, but if there's anything that we've just been talking about, anything you want to drill down into more like that, working with Hospital on the mentorship or like the process of getting signed, if there's any questions, like show of hands if anyone's got anything, we can go for it. Yes?
How did you pitch yourself on the women in drum and bass thing on the application?
I can't even remember. I just wrote about myself and was genuine. Yeah, I think the music speaks for itself. Yeah.
Let's talk a bit more about just generally working in the music industry.
Yeah.
This question was from Elisa. Elisa was asking, is it more difficult for women to make it in the music industry?
No, I think that a lot of girls think that it is, but if you put your mind towards it, it's fairly straightforward, I guess. Yeah. Like, you will meet people that will kind of like put you down and stuff, but you just can't listen to them, and like just listen to yourself and people that you trust as well. Have like a good structure of people around you that you really trust for feedback, and don't listen to anyone else. Or maybe do, but so.
To a degree.
To a degree, yeah.
Well, you were saying earlier, like, you make it for you.
Yeah.
You're making it to make your, it's like a fulfilling thing to do yourself.
Yeah. Don't make your music for like people that like what they might want to hear. Make it because you want to make it and it makes you gassed. Because if it makes you gassed, then it will make other people gassed.
What point did you get like a manager in kind of like the stage of career?
So I did have a manager who is a good manager, but it's the same manager as my girlfriend, Izzy. So I think that was too close to relationships and business. Mm-hmm. So I stepped back from that. Had a few months of like just like doing me, like Hospital kind of sort music related things for me anyway, so it was cool. And then I met Sota's manager, a guy called Jamie Osman, absolute legend. And he's not just an electronic manager, he's like a music manager. Like, he's helped with Bring Me the Horizon and You Me at 6, I think, and like cool bands and like Def Havana as well.
Yeah.
Kids in Glass Houses as well. And that for me is like, he's not just drum and bass, he's like well-rounded.
Yeah.
That for me was attractive, so, and I get on with him a lot, so yeah.
Nice.
I decided to go with him and it's amazing.
In terms of, making music or that kind of approach to creativity, any questions in the room that we haven't kind of addressed so far?
You mentioned that you found a new manager after meeting Sota's manager.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, if you've already got hospital to do a lot of stuff around the admin around your releases.
Good question.
What is it a manager does for you? Is it more shows?
It's good to have a neutral person that is just working on your side in averse to working for a business, because they have their own agendas.
Yeah.
Whereas the Jamie who works for me can manage things in a more neutral way.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Cool.